Yo, what's up, Grind Gang? How you living? Today is Thursday. I'm super excited for today. What's up, YouTube? Glad to have you back again. Episode 2, baby. Yo, Grind Gang, we're gonna do this every single day. I'm telling you, I'm gonna stick with it. The daily grind. It's coming, baby. It's already begun, honestly. And, like I said, it's hard to lock down times or whatever, so I do apologize if you've been trying to catch one or gonna try and catch one and they're all over the place. Over time, I'm definitely going to work out a system to be able to get them on time, every time. So I'm just going to keep working, baby. Today, I have a very, very important topic kind of planned out for you guys. Something I kind of learned yesterday was like, yo, most of my grind gang are kind of like with the shit. Like, y'all know what the fuck I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are really with the shit. Like, y'all know about the law of attraction. You know how to use it. And so I'm thinking like, man, all this like basic stuff that I be trying to talk about, like, just like the, I guess, entry level to the law of attraction is like way like below you guys. Like, I gotta step my game up. So today I want to give you guys some more advanced tips on how we use the law of attraction. I'm gonna address probably the single biggest mistake I see when people come out and they talk about manifesting something, or they're like, yeah, I'm manifesting. So today I titled it, Fake It Until You Make It, Don't Fake It to Make It, okay? And so that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how do we manifest in the present tense. And you probably heard that statement before, fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? Like look the part, pretend to be as much of the person you want to be until you become that person. I fully believe in that, right? I fully believe in the idea of faking it as much as you can, right? Pretending. Where I think I make a distinction that some people do not make the distinction and then they kind of fail with this method is the faking it is not the making of it, right? So a lot of people say, like, for example, anybody seen that Fyre documentary come out on Netflix? Crazy shit, right? About Fyre Fest and stuff. If you haven't watched that documentary about Fyre Fest on Netflix, I highly encourage it. A great case study on what not to do if you want to run a successful business or, start a music festival or something like that, which is something I want to do. But nonetheless, that dude faking it all the way, right? He got investors to give him like $20 million, right? 20 million, like millions of dollars he got these investors, somebody else's money. But he didn't build a business with that money. He just went out to like market this business. Like, oh, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of fancy cars and I'm gonna take a bunch of supermodels out to an island and we're gonna stunt and everybody will think that I'm successful. And the more I look successful, the more I actually am successful. Wrong, 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 wrong. Faking it is still fucking faking it. It's still pretending, right? It's like an intermediate step. It's like something to bring your future manifestation self, the person who you want to be in the future, and bring that to now, right? That's why you're faking it. So my point being is, and I'm going to teach you how I fake it, like, how I use the fake it till you make it type principle. This is kind of just how I see it being used all around, right? People come out and they try and puff up their ego, Everybody wants to look like a rapper, right? Like, we go and get face tattoos and shit, and we do stuff to like make ourselves look the part of the person we want to play, right? If you do not do the back end work, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you do not actually create the product, or you do not actually create the good music, like if you don't actually come out and put some kind of substance behind the facade that you're building, it's only going to end that in the end. Like, we can see through that, right? So if I come out right now, I can put on the fanciest suit I want to. I can put on the fanciest suit, pull up in the fanciest car, but as soon as I step out around other millionaires, they're going to know. They're going to know immediately that I'm not that. Like, immediately. You can see right through that, right? And so they're going to make a decision. They're either going to respect my, drive and ambition to want to be that, or they're going to look at me and be like, that's a pretender right there. That's somebody who's just trying to fake it. Who's just trying to rub shoulders with us, trying to get things from us, and just trying to pretend the part. So the end goal can never be the pretending. And I see this happen so much, man. People wasting the money that they could be using to build their business on flash, on trying to look cool, on trying to make their business look cool. Like, don't worry about the way it looks to the outside world, right? Like, you're only faking it, you're only pretending for yourself, for you, right? I pretend for me. I get in the mirror and I'm like, yo, you a big time Hollywood film producer and shit right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I be thinking like, man, I just made $100 million movie. What's good, baby? and I lie to myself and I pretend, but that's for me. Like, I don't come out into the world and actually try and convince people that I sold a $100 million movie. Because that's a lie. Like, I haven't done that. So why would I come out in the world and try and represent myself as have done something that I have not done, right? Or as being something that I am not. So, talk about that. That's how you fuck it up, right? It's like you faking it because that's just easier for you, right? Instead of like actually doing the work to create a business, to create an artistry, to a personality or whatever. If you're just like, ooh, I'm gonna prop it up and pretend, you fucked it all up. But say you're actually building that. Like you actually have a vision of yourself, of somebody you want to be. A business owner, a musician. I want to be Rodtheplanter. I have a vision of what that is. You know, I see myself stepping out on stages and talking to 5,000, 10,000 people. You know, I see oceans of people out there. So I have a vision of myself, right? And so what I do, the way I kind of see that fake it till you make it like principle or idea is there's a future version of myself, right? Somebody who's written a book, a best-selling book, who gets invited to speaking engagements and goes out on stage and talks to 10,000 people. So that's a future version of myself. It's out there somewhere. I haven't become that yet, but I'm going there, right? So like that's out there. So my fake it till I make it is trying to close that gap, right? And this is a manifestational thing, right? It's like you're trying to close that gap from who you are now to who you want to be. And in between is a bunch of shit. Time, tests, struggles, your vibes, all that. But you're trying to like attract, literally pull these two things together. Okay? So the fake it till you make it thing is a way for you to start closing that gap, right? It's a way for you to start thinking of yourself in the future and being like, okay, this is where I'm going. If I was gonna be here, what would I have to do to get there? And so it's more of a reverse engineering process, right? It's more of a like who do I have to be today? How much of the person that I want to be can I pretend to be today? So yeah, I can't come out and show you my Oscar, right? I can't come out and be like, yeah, I just won an Oscar for this movie, right? You know, that's a lie. There's no way. You know, you're gonna Google it immediately, be like, liar, pretender, bullshitter. But I could come out, right? Instead of telling you that I'm a film student, which I am, or maybe even before that, I worked minimum wage. Like, you know, instead of coming out and be like, yeah, I work a minimum wage job, right? I could say, I'm pursuing a career in blank, right? And that alone right there has already shifted my whole perspective of not being somebody that one day is going to do some cool shit or whatever, you know, like hoping and sitting and wishing to do the cool shit. No, I'm actually manifesting that now. Like with my words, with my actions, I just assumed the identity of somebody who's pursuing that career, right? You can call yourself a painter if you paint something today, paint a picture, you're a painter, as far as I'm concerned. And so you can come out in the world, you can tell people that you're a painter. You can tell people you're a good painter if you want to. Now, we might not believe you. We might come look at the paint and say, like, that's trash, right? But you don't have to believe that, right? You can come out and you can fake it, you can pretend that your art is amazing. And every single day, you can come out here and pretend like you're painting Picassos. And they're probably going to be trash. But one day, I guarantee you, if you have the right vibes, if you put in the right kind of dedication, one day we'll be sitting around calling your old shitty paintings amazing. We'll be like, you know, you'll manifest the art in that. Does that make sense? And so, at any given point, in any given day, you can pretend to be more of what you want, right? You can manifest in the present tense, right? And so that's what I want to encourage you today is if you're manifesting something and you know it's probably going to be in the future, start pretending like it's now, right? For you, not trying to pretend out there to look like that, but inside, who do you have to be? You know, ask yourself the question, if I were a multi-million-dollar film producer, what would I do today? You know? Like, what would that person do? Future me, millionaire me, what would millionaire me do today? And whatever you can come up with, however close you can get to that, you should do that, right? If it's like, oh, well, I would probably, you know, write a report for my business. Okay, so figure out how to write reports. Today, sit down and write a report. Even if it's a fucking fake report, right? Like a fake report for your business, blah, 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 yeah. Well, this year we made X amount of dollars, whatever, right? But play that part to yourself every day because that's learning. In your brain doesn't know the difference. That's practice. You know, that's practice. I did this really cool study one time. They took athletes, right? And they took them like basketball players and stuff. And they ran them through this drill where they had them shoot 100 free throws, right? They had a group of athletes shoot 100 free throws in real life, right? Shoot 100 free throws. They see how much you make. Then they test, then they train you. They train these people for like 6 weeks in free throws, right? Every day they were going out there training free throws, shooting free throws, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the test, they see how much better you are, right? A lot of people saw massive amounts of progress, obviously. I mean, if you sit for 6 weeks and train free throws, you're gonna get better, right? They took another group of athletes, another group of basketball players, right? Had them only train in their mind. Only think, literally every day they sat in a chair and they visualized themselves making free throws. Visualizing, okay, cool, I got a ball, I'm walking up to the line, I pump 3 times, shoot. Okay? Here's the kicker. In their mind, the people who were creating that, in their mind, they said never picture yourself missing. Always picture yourself making the shot. Every single time in your mind that you step up to that line, make the shot. Right? And so they do that. They do that for weeks. They just see themselves never missing a shot. When they go back to do the test again and see how much those people have progressed or improved, they've improved the same, if not more, than the people who sat there and physically practiced all day. What? I hope your face looks the way my face looks right now over there, right? The people who sat there for hours and hours and hours and physically practiced saw the same benefit as people who just practiced in their mind, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by pretending. To this morning, every day for 10 minutes, look in the mirror and pretend to be the person you want to be. Every morning I get up and I give myself a little speech in the mirror. Hey, welcome, my name's Rodtheplanter. I wrote a book and this and that. I'm really excited to be here and speak to you guys today about the law of attraction and hope that maybe I can inspire you to blah, 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 right? And I just pretend. But that's great because honestly, if I never did that, one day I might find myself in front of 10,000 people. Then what the fuck I'm gonna say? Then that's not the time to be trying to picture yourself as the person on stage talking to 10,000 people, right? You should have already been and kind of imagined that, done that 1,000 times in your mind, so that when it comes around, when it manifests, you should already feel prepared. You should feel like that person, right? When the universe catches up with, the outside universe catches up with who you've been acting and being on the inside, you will be prepared for that. Because you will have already been proactively being that person. Now, I know this can be confusing, but this is advanced law of attraction stuff right here, right? It's this is the beauty of being a human being, of having the ability in your brain to be something else, or go somewhere else, or travel back and forth in time. The monkey can't do that. My dog, as much as he's smart and intelligent and loved, today he cannot picture himself as something different tomorrow. Right? My dog can't be you know what, tomorrow, instead of living the life of a dog, I'm going to live the life of a human being. Or I'm going to live the life of a firefighter. Or today, I'm going to live, he can't. Literally physically has no capabilities of doing that. All my dog can think about is, love me, let me get some food. I'm tired. I need to go to the bathroom. But he cannot create a dream life for himself, right? He cannot picture him. No, actually that might not necessarily be true. Because my dog was dreaming the other day and I was yo, dogs dream. You know what I mean? And I was imagining what pictures are running through my dog's brain as he's dreaming, him running through a field and stuff, chasing birds or something. I don't know what the hell my dog does when he's dreaming. But my point is he can't consciously do that, right? We can. I can consciously right now picture myself as whatever I want to be. I can picture myself as a superhero. Let's do that right now. Picture yourself right now. You could, if you wanted to, fly away. You know what I mean? Right now, I just straight through the ceiling. Busted open the ceiling. I'm flying through the sky. I'm coming right to you right now. Right? All in my mind, my imagination. People take that for granted, though. People act like that imagination isn't real, or it's just play and pretend and fake. It is. But something in that, there's a reason why us as human beings have that imagination capability. There's something in that that creates everything around you. Imagination made this board. Imagination made this jacket. Hell, imagination made this jacket cooler than it already was. You know what I'm saying? Like everything comes from this little ability in our mind to create a vision of something. And so my point is, today, don't create a vision of yourself that lacks everything you need to be the person you want to be. My example for that. If you are not a good public speaker, but you have ambitions to be a public speaker, today don't be that person. Don't be the person who's afraid of talking in public if that's something you want to be in the future. So today, pretend like you are good at that shit. How would you act if you were good at public speaking today, right? Bring that into the present tense. Same thing with money, right? Somebody asked me the other day about, how do I manifest money with the law of attraction? Well, I'll tell you what, don't manifest the want of money. That's what I see most people do. Most people come out and they're like, I'm manifesting money. I want $1 million. One day I'm gonna get $1 million. In the future, I'm gonna have $1 million. That's how they manifest. They're like, one day I'm gonna get $1 million. It's coming to me. It's out there and it's making its way to me, right? You're not manifesting that. What you're manifesting is, I'm here, money over there. Right? That's what I mean by present tense. You can only manifest in the present tense. Like who you are, what you are right now is what's being manifested. So that's why I'm encouraging you to have a mental picture of yourself as the thing you want to manifest, right? Because if you have your picture in your mind of somebody who wants to be the thing that you're trying to manifest, that's what you're going to manifest, is the wanting, is the dreaming of, you know? And so your dream, the money, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, will always be like just like 5 steps ahead of you. And you always almost seem to get there, but then it runs away. Why? Well, because you're manifesting it in the future all the time. And so it's always in the future. That's always being manifested in the future. So manifest in the present tense today. I am strong. I am wealthy. Right now. Right? The things that I want, the person that I want to be, are all inside of me right now. Like I have the potential inside of me to think it, create it, be it, do it, find it, whatever. All that's inside of me. So act like it. Right? Like act like that it's already yours. Act, think, believe like those things are already yours. You've never heard me say, if Films by Bros become successful. Never said that. I've never said that. Maybe if I did say that, I was probably quick to correct myself. At least I hope I was quick to correct myself. It's like, there's no ifs about this shit. There's no ifs. In my mind, there might be ifs to you, there might be ifs to everybody else out there in the world, like everybody else might be looking and be like, yeah, they probably gonna fail any day now, or who knows if they'll make, I don't know, maybe that's why people watch, it's like they're waiting to see if I'm gonna make it or not. I don't give a fuck. I know in my own mind, I see it, I know it, like I know that it comes, like it's not about like if or when, like if I'm successful, it's only a matter of when, right? How long is it gonna take for me to get to my goal? But whether or not I get there, not a question, right? So that's what I'm manifesting. Like I'm manifesting, it happens. It's happened already. Like as far as I'm concerned, it's already done. I'm just trying to get there, right? I already like feel healthy. When I wake up, feel rich, feel healthy, feel happy, right? Try already to feel the things that I want to feel when I get to the place that I'm trying to go, because I know it's inevitable that I'm going to get there. Make sense? That's what I hope for you today. That's what I wish for you today, is manifest in the present tense, right? Today. Fake it till you make it for yourself, right? If you have to create a picture of yourself of being somebody in the future, do that. You don't have to fake it for the world. You don't have to come and make yourself look like it to me. You need to make yourself look like it to you. And inside, you have to believe that story more and more and more. So do whatever it is you have to do to believe your own story, right? If you're telling yourself you're a millionaire, believe it. Start dressing like one. Start acting like one. You can't say, I'm going to be a millionaire, but then at the same time, bitch and complain about a $20 bill, right? Because a billionaire person would not care about a $20 parking ticket, right? They get a parking ticket, they're gonna be like, damn, shit. Hey, make sure you pay this. You know, they're gonna hit their personal assistant up and be like, make sure this gets paid. So you, today, if that's the person you see yourself as in the future, be that person today. Don't wake up today and stress and worry about a $20 bill if you're fucking rich, right? Now again, you gotta be careful. You can't fake it till you make it too much. You go out there and you try and spend like you're a millionaire, you're never gonna get there, right? That's the lesson I learned a long time ago too, and hence why I'm talking about this, right? You can only fake it to the inside. You can't fake it on the outside. And so fake it to the inside. Tell yourself that, believe that, like I said, even if you don't see any evidence of it in the real world right now, pretend in your mind it's already the way you want it to. And over time, that thought process manifests in the real time, right? So you'll manifest the person you're trying to be, not the person you used to be. Cool? Yeah, questions for me? What's up, Mom? Hi, Mom. Love you, Mom. I'll miss you. Hi, Jess. Love you, Jess. Miss you, Jess. Family in the house. I love family. Everything I told my parents I was going to change the world with my music, and they always asked, what if? Yeah. And I always said, there's no if. There's only when. Yeah. Yes. Dude, 1,000. If my mom's still in here, she can testify to this. There's so many times she's asked me, well, how? Well, what if? Or when? And I always just have to meet that doubt that she has with utmost confidence, right? And I know that there's this huge disconnect. Like my mom's like, what? You're just delirious, or you're not thinking like right, or you're not like, she's always like, you're not like seeing it the way I should be seeing it. And I'm like, maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe you're right. But all I know is sitting where I'm looking at it, I like the way I see it. The way you see it, I don't fucking like that. That shit stresses me out, worries me, makes me think I might not make it. Where I'm sitting, I feel like it's gotta happen. Like it should already been done happen, right? So like that they're just different stories. Neither one of us are right. Same thing with you, right, White Rabbit, is neither one of y'all are right or wrong. You might fail. You might succeed. You don't know where your life is gonna go, but my point is neither do your parents. You know what I mean? Like your parents don't know where your life is gonna go either. So for them to sit here and say, well, this is a way better decision for you, it's like, no, it's more of like a better decision for you, for me, right? Like it's like something that'll make you comfortable with what I'm doing. But you got your own life. That's what I told my mom. I'm like, you live your life. Go, shoot. Go be whoever it is you want to be. Like my mom, she likes to worry and stress about money, and that's fine. Be that person. I'm not that person. So stop asking. Like I don't ask you to be that. Like don't ask me to be that. So that's what I tell people all the time who don't understand my vision. You definitely have to be careful with this, guys. You do have to be careful with this because I've seen people convince themselves so much of a story and start just disregarding everybody's input that they start making bad decisions for themselves, and then they can't see it because they don't listen to anybody, right? So everybody's telling them that they're fucked or that they're wrong, but they're not listening. So I definitely think there has to be some type of filtration process where you do take in input. Like I take in input from anybody who wants to give it to me. I'll listen to you. I don't care. You'd be like, hey, Rob, this is what I think you should do. And I'll be like, okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Some of that makes sense. You're right. Maybe I should do that. But then some of it, I'd be listening and I'd be filtering it through, and I'm like, I don't know, man. That sounds a little bit like fear to me. Like it sounds like you're scared.